please.
All right. In the 1990s, conservationists began planting more than 500,000 native trees in the habitats of the Azores. Okay, bullfinch to boost the birds' number. The approach was apparently um, successful
Yeah, why do you think it is successful?
because yeah, the power of the Azores bullfinch's population size increased from as few as 100 birds at the end of 1980s to around 1,300 in
Yeah, okay, fine. So,
2023. So the number
mhm,
increased, just like planned.
as a result for their own activity, right? Yeah, okay, fine. So,
Yes, so it was a
what do you
success.
think is the main idea of this paragraph? If you're asking about the main idea or the central idea of this paragraph or the main purpose, for example, what would you say about it?
The main idea is to increase the population of the bullfinches
Yeah, that's it. How would they do this?
by planting more native, 500,000 native trees in the habitat of the Azore.
Okay, and what was the result for this activity, for example?
The increase of bullfinches in the population.
Population size, right? So we
Yes,
grab the population size or the increase in the population size was what? Costly or successful?
it was successful.
Successful for this reason, right? Okay, fine. So this is how we answer such a question here. I would like to place the word that makes sense for the sentence or that serves the meaning, for example. So the most appropriate word regarding to the context here, or the general concept or the general meaning of the whole paragraph or the main idea, the word successful, actually. Okay, the same like what Zain has just said. The main idea here is to post the bird's number. The main reason for their own activities is to post to support the bird's number. Okay, that's why some of the conservationists, those people who are responsible for the preservation for the natural resources, for example, same like planting trees and so on. So they planted around 500,000 native trees in that habitat due to our hopping to boost the bird's number. So that was the main idea. And then the result was describing that the population has already increased. As long as that was their own purpose, that was their own desire, and their own goal to achieve a kind of increasing in the population. And that or had already happened, as I mentioned, as a result of their own performance. That's why we describe it to be successful. We do not describe it to be disastrous because there is no any disaster actually right here regarding to the results. It's not hazardous, for example. It didn't ruin anything, didn't destroy anything. That's why it's not disastrous at all. He did not describe the result, for example, to be costly because he didn't even speak about the cost of their own activities. Okay, so the first word will be eliminated because it doesn't serve the meaning. The second, the letter B will be eliminated and will be removed too because it doesn't serve the meaning because he didn't speak at all about the cost of their own activities. Okay. It's not described to be even amazing right now because it's not kind of astonishing or surprising or something that is thrilling or even wonderful. That's why we cannot use the word amazing too. The most appropriate word, as we say, it is successful because it serves and the meaning and makes sense. That's why we choose letter C. Okay. Thank you, Zain. Let's see number two. Yes, Renal, please.
The discoveries of the minor planets 10,334 squirrels named after the animal genus that includes squirrels. Most of the recently discovered minor planets, however, are given only an identification number,
Mhm.
largely due to there being over 500,000 such bodies known at present,
Mhm.
which makes the already challenging task of finding a unique name for each nearly.
Yeah,
What does number B mean?
the word insurmountable means impossible. This word means impossible to achieve. Insurmountable.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Maybe it's B because it's saying that task
Yes.
is already challenging.
Yeah, good, nice. So we have like a key term right here. We say that it's a challenging, right? That why we describe it to be impossible to be achieved. Okay. So what do you think is the main idea of this paragraph? What did they understand out of this one?
That they're talking about the planets
Uh-huh.
and how they are
Mm-hmm.
they're great. They're oh my God, challenging is happening about them. It's like challenging.
Okay. So finding the planets itself, because it's the discoverers of the minor planets, named it after the animal genus that includes squirrels. Most of the discovered minor planets, however, are given only an identification number. When you find the word however right here in the paragraph, generally the idea will be placed after this conjunction actually, okay? Because it's kind of serving the contradiction. And when we speak about the result comes to be the main idea of the paragraph, okay? Whether it is kind of expected result or normal one or unexpected one. Okay, fine. When I say, for example, the same like when I said that he studied very hard, however, he didn't get the full mark. So what I would like to deliver to or to convey to the listener right here, that he didn't get the full mark. No, he didn't. No, he studied hard. Okay, fine. So what comes after the contradictory conjunction, like however, like but, for example, when I start with although or even though or despite or in spite of, the second clause will be the main idea right here. Okay. So what is mentioned right here after, however, are given only an identification number, largely due to there being over 500,000 such bodies known at present. Okay, so they say here that these planets are given only identification numbers, as if they name the planets with numbers, not they don't give them names. Why? Because there's kind of numerous or countless or limitless a number of these planets, for example. Okay. So which makes that already challenging that we describe it as using the relative clause right here, would make this task to be challenging one, the same like what you said right here. So what is it challenging actually? Giving them the names, okay? A task of finding unique name to these plants. As long as it's challenging, the same like what Arina said, so it's impossible actually to give them or to find names or unique names for each one of the planets. That way, I've got to use the word insurmountable. The word visible, what does that mean exactly? The first word. Uh, Arnel,
Oh, sorry.
visible, yeah, visible, what does
Uh,
it mean?
I'm not quite sure about the meaning
Okay, why didn't you choose it then?
because I don't understand the meaning. And
Okay, fine. Yes, fine. So the word visible right here means what? Available, something that is available at hand, for example, okay, without difficulties. Okay, so I mean that this is against the main idea of the whole paragraph. Or what is instilled right here doesn't serve the meaning. If something is available, that means it's easy to be achieved. For sure, we do not use this one. Substantial. If you describe something to be substantial, what does describe it to be like? Significant, right? It's necessary and so on. Okay. And it is the antonym of the word unnecessary. Fine. So the most appropriate answer right here is the word answer mountable regarding to the meaning of the whole paragraph. Okay. Let's see. Number 3. Yes, Malik.
Proposed in 1895, the Penleaf conjecture, many mathematicians before yielding to the efforts of Jean
Mhm.
Zhu, who presented a proof of it in 2014.
Yeah. This capitalized, I mean, this is the name, okay? Just a name, like weird or awkward names, fine. It's okay. So we focus on the other details. You can name it someone, for example. Fine. Huh.
Hmm. What does appeased mean?
Satisfy.
I don't think it's going to be B or D.
B or D. Okay, fine. You're right. Do you understand the what is written in this paragraph or this sentence?
Yeah, like basically it was
Mm-hmm.
like challenging to many
Yeah,
mathematicians
that's exactly.
before
Mm-hmm.
he cracked it.
Yeah, so it was challenging or confusing actually to the many mathematicians, right? before yielding to the efforts of who presented a proof of it, of this
I
conjecture, right? Yeah,
think A.
indoctrinated, no.
Oh,
Indoctrinate means to teach an ideology.
then
So,
confounded.
yeah, they haven't been taught any ideology right here. But they were like confused, right? Or they got puzzled or bewildered because they couldn't understand actually this conjecture or this opinion theory, regarding to the math. Okay, so until or before yielding or to the efforts of someone who presented the proof of it. So he was able to prove the theory. Okay, and before being proved, they were confused actually, and they couldn't understand it. Now I've got to choose a word that means confuse someone, okay, or bewildering him, for example, as I mentioned here. So for the first word, for example, indoctrinated, this one means to teach someone an ideology, to teach him something. So it's far away from the answer, as you say. The word appease mean to satisfy. So nothing here means to satisfy the mathematicians. And we have the word confounded and disregarded. Well, if I disregard something, that means I neglected and avoid it. Okay. So it is the word confound that means to confuse. So the answer would be the C. I just said that means to confuse someone. And that is the most appropriate answer right here. Appease, as you say, means to satisfy. And we have indoctrinated to teach an ideology. And we have the word disregard means to neglect. So what is the answer right here? The most appropriate one?
C.
Yeah, that's it. Why?
It aligns with the text.
Uh-huh.
Basically, it says that the mathematicians were
Yeah.
unable to crack it
Yeah.
before
Mm-hmm.
Zin, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So it
So
confused them.
yeah, that's okay, fine. Let's see here, number 4. Yes, Zain.
The following text is adapted from John Matthews' 1935 short story Fog, where the fog extended its tentacle over city and river, gradually obliterating traces of familiar landscapes at 5:30. The old Panhandle Bridge, supported by sandstone pillars, stalwart as when erected 50 years before to serve a generation now past. Behind the portals of life had become a spectral outline against the sky. Okay, as used in the text, what does the word traces most nearly mean? Uh, well, indications, which is A.
Yeah. So the answer actually is the letter A, indications. Why do you think it's the word indications in? What's not the others? Huh?
Well, because traces is like leaving.
Mm-hmm. Like a sign, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
the
It doesn't mean it's not mentioned that it copies a sign or not. It leaves a sign, but not copies a sign.
yeah, great. So it's mentioned
Yeah.
right here that the writer is depicting or describing like a scene, or describing
Yes.
like something like a view, for example, here, right?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
debris
Yeah.
is a sign. It's not, but it is
Yeah.
a sign. But here traces, which means it leaves a sign. Debris is a sign, so it's not. So it doesn't leave itself.
Yeah, the pre like when I see here the remnant part of the
Yes.
collapsed building, for example, you call it the pre, right? And the
Yes.
copies, yeah, the copies of something here, like on the recollections, speak about like the memories from the past. Okay, would like to
Yes.
describe, say, traces familiar of familiar landscapes. You look first of all in order to understand the meaning of this word, the same like what Dan had just done. We have the word fog. We're speaking about the fog actually here, as if the writer is describing what the fog has done exactly to the city. Okay, so describing the fog extended its tentacles that reached far away over the city, as if the fog has covered the whole city and even the river. Gradually obliterating, and the word obliterating means here to remove something. That means removing because this is participle phrase. So removing what? We say it. The fog was removing what exactly here? The traces of the familiar landscapes, the signs of the familiar landscapes. Then, like for example, I'm driving my own car and it's like foggy. And then when I look to the tower or I look at the tower and find that as if it was removed, or even the sign of the tower itself wasn't removed. Why? Because I can't see the tower because of the fog, for example, or even the landscapes as if they have been removed or deleted or erased regarding to the existence of the fog itself. So at least the sign, or what I mean, the sign itself has been removed of the sign of the landscape. Then describing the what I mean here, the word copies. I'm not gonna describe the landscapes to be copies, okay? And the copies have been removed like so. So it's far away actually from the answer itself. The word debris that I'm not saying I'm not talking about a building, for example, that has collapsed. That's why I use the word debris. So it's very far away actually from the meaning or the answer are recollections like memories from the past. You're just describing a situation that like a current situation, something that is happening right now, depicting a scene, okay? What's happening right now in the city because of the fog. Okay, so I'm not gonna say recollections as if the landscapes have been removed forever. I'm trying to remember it. So it's not a part of the memory actually. So that's why the word recollection is completely far away from the answer. When you speak about the words, that is for the word recollection right here. So it has to be removed. We don't use it. We're speaking about which word exactly? The same like the words. Yes, this is for recollections. The word debris, the same. No, it's not a collapsed building, just a landscape that has been removed, cannot be seen because of the fog, for example. And the words copy, the same. You do not describe it to be like copies of them. Okay, so the answer is totally clear from the first sentence. If you'd like to continue reading it to emphasize and confirm your own understanding, it's fine, it's okay. But as I mentioned here, the most preferred answer, the word indications as or like signs of the landscapes that have been vanished or disappeared because of the fog. Okay, that cannot be seen, what I mean. But let's see here for number 5. This is like the one that has been explained before. No, just yeah, by mistake. Okay. Uh, whose turn is it now?
It's my turn.
Okay, read number 5. Answer the question.
Okay, although Hawaiian literature is highly heterogeneous in many ways, it is also characterized by considerable thematic blanks. Scholars have drawn connections linking works by writers such as David,
Mhm.
oh wow, and Kwai Hart Hemmings to the traditional stories of the Kanaka Moyle and the native Hawaiian people.
Mhm.
May I see the choices? Hmm. What does number 8 means?
Not immediately obvious, something that is not obvious, cannot be seen immediately. Okay.
Okay, and what does thematic mean in the sentence?
Regarding to the word theme in Arabic language, موضوعي.
Huh? I don't get it, sorry.
موضوعي in Arabic language. It is according to the word theme. You know, the
Okay.
theme, the main topic of something right here. So let's say the thematic and so on. Okay.
May I see the choices, please?
Okay, for sure.
Um, I don't get it, sorry.
It's fine. Think about it. Think. Subtlety, we said that like obvious and that immediate can be noticed immediately. Okay. Innovation, like creativity. Okay, fine. Sophistication, like complexity, something that is complicated. And you're not continuity from the word continue. If I continue something like so, this is the name taken out from the word itself. Continuity. Okay, fine.
I think C and D is wrong.
C or D. Okay, let's see. Let's understand the paragraph together. Although Hawaiian literature is highly heterogeneous in many ways, it is also characterized by considerable thematic. The main idea here, what comes, we say, well, if we have like contradiction, as we said before, we have contradictory conjunction, that is the word although. Okay. This or the first part right here is not the main idea. That is not what I want to focus on. He said like although الرغم من this literature is highly heterogeneous like formed from mixed or formed from different parts in many ways. Okay, as like different parts forming this. What I mean, the literature. It is also characterized to be considerable what? If I'd like to understand what I have to put right here, I need to continue reading and understand what comes after it. Okay, fine. So because what comes after would identify how did the writer describe this literature. Okay, fine. Confirming on this one because this would be the main idea. I want to say that this literature is what exactly. Okay, then he would clarify it, as I said. Okay. I want to allow some, yeah, that's okay, fine. So it is also characterized by considerable thematic. What exactly? Scholars have drawn connections linking works by writers such as David, okay, and Hart, okay, to the traditional stories of the Kanaka Maoli, the native one. So as long as they wanted to make connection between something that happened in the past and something that is happening right now, or the current literature, what I mean. So to say here, it is described of being what? And then we say they have a drawing connections, linking works by writers such as David, okay, and Hart, for example, to traditional stories. Traditional one. I mean, which one I'm going to do exactly? If I consider those writers, I mean David here to be like traditional writer, then from the past, for example, I'm not gonna connect them to the traditional one because the traditional one is already like past. I'm not gonna mention their names. I'm not gonna connect between writers in the traditional literature or for the traditional literature with the traditional stories itself. You understand what I mean? I mean these writers mentioned here are modern writers. Okay, so the writer here, or the one who is speaking here, says the scholars try to make connection between the modern literature and between the past one, the old one, the ancient one. Okay, as long as I want to make it connection between both of them, and this is the key terms right here. How would I describe this task? This is a question here. How would we describe this literature? To be heterogeneous and what else? Okay, fine. To be like subtlety or innovation, creative, or sophistication, complex, or continuity. It has a kind of that they wanted to continue their literature from the past to the present because that's why the scholars tried to make connection between the past and between the current time. What do you think? Huh? Any of you got the answer? Yeah, then. Zain.
Oh, sorry, I did not get it.
Okay. Malak.
Is it maybe innovative? So like
You
it's
would
combining new
describe it to
ideas
be
and old ones?
heterogeneous and innovative at the same time. You know, innovative means creatives, right? And creative
Mhm.
means like making something new, okay? Bringing new ideas. Con
But isn't it creative
con
when you combine two
no,
different
no,
ideas?
creative, no. Creative here, when I make something new that is not already existed, I mean, it's a
Mm.
part of their creativity, right? I have invented something that why I describe him to be innovative or a creative, he came with like new ideas. Understand? But the scholars here wants to do that. What exactly? To connect it between the old literature and the current one. Understand? So if I want to connect it between something in the past and right now, I want to keep what the innovation or sophistication or the continuity.
Continuity?
Yeah, that's انا عايز اعمل ايه؟ استمرارية صح؟ That's it.
Yes, so
Yeah, I don't want
continuity.
yeah, that's it. I don't want people to forget what happened in the past. Okay, that's why they try to make connection between what happened in the past and what is happening right now. Okay, so the answer will be letter what? Letter D. Okay, they don't want make it the task to be like complex one. That's why letter C will be eliminated. Okay, it's not part of creativity because we didn't come with new ideas. That's why we're not gonna choose the word innovative because the word innovative has to be linked to the new ideas, something new, for example, okay? And it's not something that happened immediately, actually, okay? That's not what the writer was trying to clarify for the other sentence. So this one will be suspended. You do not use letter A. Right. Number 6. Whose turn is it for number 6? And then like yes, whose turn? Zain, I think, or Malak? Malak, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Malak, answer number 6, please.
Catherine L. Cardilus is a researcher who studies canopy soil. Canopy soil is formed in tree branches, its canopy, when dead leaves and other falling things collect. This material breaks down, becoming canopy soil. Canopy soil helps preserve a healthy water cycle, how water moves through the environment in rainforests. This benefit is one reason Cardilus is interested in the canopy soil and large bully trees and rainforests in Costa Rica. What choice best describes the text's overall structure? So we have to find like what's introduced first, like how it
Yeah,
goes.
that's like the main idea right here. So, to answer such a question for reading, if you are asked, for example, right here, what you choice best describe the text overall structure. So I've got to read this part first, the question, and then I know very well what I'm reading. Okay, so as I mentioned right here, I'm reading to find the overall structure of the whole
It's A.
the text. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it introduces what researcher and give information about what she researches. Yeah, why it's A.
First, we mentioned the researcher, which is Catherine. Then
Uh-huh.
they say what she studies, what
Yeah.
she researches, which is
Yeah, so
canopy soil.
introduce the researcher, that we mention the researcher himself or herself, and then give more information about the research itself. Okay. That was mentioned in this paragraph. We say Catherine is a researcher who studies canopy soil. Yeah, we have already introduced, or the writer right here has introduced the researcher, as I mentioned right here, and then spoke about what she studied. I mean, he has given information about her research. Then we say the canopy soil is given like information about the research itself. If we look to letter B, why it's not letter B? Mhm.
Because nowhere does it mention that there's an idea or there's like a hypothesis that the researcher disagrees with. It's
Yeah,
just mentioning what she
so
researches.
yeah, good. So nothing mentioned for the disagreement, right? Or a
Yeah.
kind of argument, right? Yes, she's not arguing with anybody. Same like what you say, that why we have told me letter B. Okay, fine. What about letter C? What's not letter C?
We never mentioned two types of trees, just one, and it was like extra knowledge, not the main text.
Yeah, so there is no any kind of comparison, you mean, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's not letter C at all. Fine. Why it's not letter D?
and there was no disagreement.
Yeah, the same like of letter B, right? Yeah, except disagreement between researchers and how it's resolved. Nothing mentioned here for the argument at all. That why it's not letter D too. Okay, great. So the answer will be letter A. That was the overall structure right here, just introducing a researcher. That why her name was mentioned and what she researched about exactly. That why we choose letter A. Fine, great. Let's see here, paragraph number 7. Whose turn is it for paragraph number 7? Let me see. Yeah, Anne, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Paragraph number 7, if you please.
In the following text is from Rose Griffiths on 1986 novel The Beat Queen. The narrator discusses her relationship with her young niece, Dusk Calistine. The narrator's sister-in-law is Dusk Mothery. Is that complete?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that complete?
Yeah. We have got to read
Okay.
the question itself. Just wait a minute. Because this one said, which choice best describe the function of the underlined sentence? The underlined sentence is right here in her shopping cart stroll. She exercised to exhaustion pouncing for over like this one. Fine. This is the underlined part, okay?
Okay.
Fine. And then these are the choices. It anticipates like how Celestine's attitude to her life will change as she gets older. That mean here the underlined part shows or mention the attitude or her own attitude, for example, towards the life and how her this attitude will change. Or letter B, it offers detail that shows how Dot is growing stronger. Does it show any kind of details here? This is for letter B when I read it. And how she grows stronger actually. Fine. And letter C says it indicates how sad Celestine is by describing behavior she engaged in, showing her own feeling that she's feeling so sad. And letter D says that it lists some of the more obvious aspects of the narrator's personality. That shows kind of personality or traits or features or even characteristics to the narrator. Okay, fine. That to the Celestine. So whether it describes her attitude or showing some details how she grew stronger, or showing her feeling of being sad, or given more characteristics or traits, for example, features about the narrator or about Celestine. Okay, let's see the underlined part without even reading the rest of the part. We say here in her shopping cart, or what is the first sentence that before it, starting from right here to make it easier. Only Celestine was saddened by her daughter's fears of progress, and day by day, Dot grew stronger. In her shopping cart stroller, she exercised to exhaustion, bouncing for hours to develop her leg muscles. Okay, fine. So this is the underlined part, okay, starting from here in her shopping cart. What does it show exactly? What is the function of this one? What do you think? Does it show any attitude towards the life? Or it shows, give you some detail, or give some details that she grew stronger? Or speaking about how sad she is? Or given some of the traits for the narrator herself. What do you think? Huh? And
Yeah, strong.
yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, strong.
Yeah, that's it. So what do you think of the answer?
B.
Yeah, it offers details. It offers details. Yeah, how
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
that's it.
stronger.
That
لا I
shows
mean strong.
yeah, that's it. How Dot is grown stronger, actually. Okay. So that surely the answer will be letter B. Fine. Nothing about the attitude is mentioned in this underlined sentence. Nothing is about her feeling, that's feeling sad, for example. Nothing about her personality. Okay. When we move again, scroll up again, we say here that she is grown stronger, as it mentioned here. Dot grows stronger. And then the second sentence, what comes after this one, would it clarify how she grew stronger, actually? Okay. What did she do exactly to grow stronger, to be strong enough? Okay, now we say here in her shopping cart stroller, she exercised to exhaustion, pouncing for hours to develop her leg muscles. That why the answer will be letter B. Nothing about the attitude is mentioned here in this sentence, nothing about how sad she is, and nothing about her personalities or her traits or the nature traits as well. So the answer will be letter B. Okay, great. Let's see for paragraph number 8. Whose turn is it? Zain, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Zain, please, number 8.
Kako Yamauchi, okay, is best known for And the Soul Shall Dance, her 1977 play about a Japanese American family in Southern California. The play is based on short story Yamauchi had published 3 years earlier,
Okay,
adapting
the
this.
underline part, in order not to waste the time, this is supposed to be the
Uh,
underline one. And the question says, what? Which choice best describe the function of the underlined sentence and the text as whole? So you're asking about what the function of the underlined sentence, this underlined part
yes.
here. Okay, fine. What does it show exactly? Then if we look to the choices, it offers information about how Yamachi adapted her short story into a play. Or letter B, as it mentioned here, it argues that Yamachi's play influenced later playwrights. So it's a kind of argument, and when you should read it, you check. Or it describes how Yamachi chose the actors who perform in the play. So we have like the activity, how she chose the actors. Or it explains why Yamachi's short story is better known. So giving you like a reason why this story is better known than the play adaptation as. Okay, fine. So, or just giving information about how she adapted the short story into a play. So you read it and you try to find like the answer here. To transform the story into a play, you want to create a situation where characters reveal their thoughts by speaking them aloud during conversation with each other. What do you think?
I think it's A, sir.
Yeah, that's it. So the answer will be letter A. Using to transform, okay, to get the full mark, he studied very hard. So starting with the infinitive phrase right here too, what would come later on will be speaking about the manner, how we do the action, how did he fulfill this, how did she accomplish this. To reach his destination, to achieve his own goal, he has like done very extra effort for studying and working very hard and so on. So all of that was what how shows like how I did or how he fulfilled his own or accomplished or achieved his own goal and so on. Okay, the same like as I mentioned right here to transform the story into a play. This is the infinitive phrase, and what would comes after here the main clause will be showing how she did this. Okay, so surely the answer will be letter A to offers information how she adapted her short story into a play, given the information here. What did she do exactly to change it into a play, the short story? She created situations where characters revealed their thoughts by speaking them aloud during conversations with each other. Okay, fine. If you look to letter B, it argues. Is there any kind of argument mentioned here? Surely not, right? So it's not letter B for sure. Okay. So is it like it describes how you much you choose the actor? Nothing mentioned right here of how she chose the actor. What is mentioned how she changed or transformed, sorry, the short story into a play. So it's not letter C too. Okay, so sure, it's not letter C. Is it like explains why a much short story is better known than the play adaptation? Nothing here is mentioned why it is better known. Okay, so the main focus was to transform the story into a play. That why it's not letter D at all. Okay, so the answer will be letter A. Okay, nice. Let's see here. Number 9, Rinal, I think it's your turn, right? Rinal?
Yes, here.
Yeah, please, number 9.
Mexican textile artist Victoria Valenzuela waves stories of Trimpo using her
We need
unique method.
to save time. To save
Oh,
time, the first thing we do, we have
yeah.
to read the question itself.
Okay. According to the text, what kind of material does Valenzuela use in her artworks?
Yeah, this is not critical thinking question. It's the direct one. Okay. What did she use exactly in her artwork? Says the same like she did she use yarn, paint, chalk, stone? What did she use? Read and find.
Yarn.
Yeah, where is it existed?
It's in the first sentence. She said that she's using her unique method of applying colorful yarn.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So here, Mexican texts are, I would say, in the second sentence, right? Unique method of applying colorful yarn. That's it, to photograph of people. So here's the answer, as I mentioned, right? No need to read the others. Okay, fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it so quickly, actually, to try to find the answer. So the answer is the word yarn, actually. Okay, so it's literally, it's not paint. She didn't use any kind of paint. She didn't use any chalk or even a stone. It's not letter C, not letter D. Okay, fine. Let's see here, number 10. Malik.
Okay, which choice best states the main idea of the text?
Yeah, so you're asking about what?
Main idea.
Yeah, that's it. You read the choices first.
Okay. Padre Florentino is insecure about his ability to improvise music.
Yeah, so
And
we say insecure about his ability, right?
yeah,
Okay, to improve.
letter B,
Mm-hmm.
he dedicated himself to becoming a skilled musician.
Okay, so as if he's doing hard work to be skilled musician, right? Okay.
Letter C talks about his sadness, like
Yeah.
his feelings.
Okay, the
Music reflects
sadness.
his own
Fine.
feelings.
Yeah, that reflects his okay feelings actually. And letter D.
Can't see it. The residence of Padre Florentino is difficult to find.
Yeah, so his residence is difficult to find. Yes. Okay, the place where he stays is difficult to find. So what do you think of the meaning? Let's see.
See?
Yeah, what is that?
It's literacy, I think.
Yeah, it's literacy, but how did you find it?
Because it's by looking at the text, it's just talking about his emotions and his expression. Also, in the last line, it says,
Hmm.
who was an accomplished musician, was improvising, and as he was alone, gave free rein to the sadness in his heart.
Yeah, that's it. So as he was alone, as I mentioned right here, he gave free rein to the sadness of his own heart. Okay. So yes, that is the main idea actually right here, describing and expressing his own sadness. What is the evidence that can be taken out of the full text? As I mentioned, who was an accomplished musician? Give it like badge. Okay, fine. Florentino, who was an accomplished musician. That means he has already been accomplished musician. Okay, fine. And nothing here has been shown for that why you have got to, nothing was speaking about that he dedicate himself to be like accomplished one. This one will be eliminated for sure. This one, negate letter B. Okay, so was improvising and he was alone, gave a free rein to the sadness in his heart. So surely that means he was totally and completely sad and was trying to express his own sadness using a music or playing in music and so on. So it is letter C. Okay, fine. So what is not letter A? Hmm?
Because it never mentions he was insecure about his musical
Yeah,
abilities.
yeah. Do we have anything that means that he was insecure about his own ability? Surely nothing, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, for sure. So it's not letter A. Okay. What about letter D? What's not letter D?
I mean, it's definitely not difficult to find stuff about him because
Yeah, it
we're
says that
talking
his
about his
the,
accomplishments.
the place. Yeah, that's it. So he's speaking about the residence of Badr is difficult to find. Speak about the place where he stays then. It's difficult to find. Nothing here was speaking about the place where he's staying. He was speaking about the place, but nothing was mentioned that it was challenging to find his own place. That was not the main idea. If we read the paragraphs, his answer will be there. See, actually, it's easy to be fine. Found when you read it so quickly, you find out that the writer was trying to describe his own feeling. Okay, the whole text or the whole what I mean the passage or this paragraph here shows his own feeling, his own emotion. How does he feel exactly, as it's mentioned in paragraph number in this paragraph number 10. Okay, fine. And then the others will be like descriptions, giving a kind of descriptions to what to the view or to the place where he stays at. For example, I want to stay in his solitary retreat on the shore of the sea. So I was trying to be alone on the shore of the sea, as I mentioned right here. Was then we say the word whose mobile surface like here. Whose surface this is for the sea because it's a relative clause that describes what comes before it was visible through the open windows. The writer describes the view, and he describes, give kind of descriptions to the shore of the sea itself, or where that man he's speaking about is staying. That way he uses has, as if he's speaking about someone. I don't know who he is so far. So extended outward until it mingled with the horizon. We're still speaking about the surface of the sea that is like combined and mixed with the horizon itself like giving descriptions so far. Badr, so this is the one he's speaking about. So Badr was what was it trying to do exactly? He was relieving the monotony by playing. The word monotony, the humdrum or the boredom right here, like a daily routine, for example, okay, by playing on his harmonium sad, and you know the word sad as I mentioned right here, okay, and melancholy tunes. So he was playing sad and melancholy tunes at the same time. So describing the tunes to be sad and melancholy, both of them like very or grief or sadness. So to which the sonorous wrote that then he give you like a kind of descriptions, more description to the place itself, singing the treetops and of the pouring would serve it as accomplishment. All these details like additional details. You should focus on the word sad, melancholy. That means he's describing his own feelings so far. This is regarding to Badr notes long full of morpho at the prayer. So yes, still vigorous keep from the old instrument. We're done with that so far. Then you can come to the end, but was an accomplished musician, was improvising, and he, as he was alone, gave a free rein to the sadness of his heart. So improvising, that means he didn't plan to do this. Something that has been done like immediately without planning for. Okay. So as he was Geoffrey, so you mentioned all of these details showing like what does it focus on exactly about his own feeling and his own emotion. There he was feeling sad and so on. The other details, why are they used exactly only for describing the situation, describing the place and so on. Okay, so when you read the choices again so quickly, you find out that he was not speaking that he wasn't secure about his ability at all. That's not mentioned. And that doesn't show that he's showing his own dedication to be like a skilled musician, because he is already, as I mentioned right here, accomplished musician. So it's not letter B. Surely it's letter C, because speaking about his own sadness and the other details were existed to support his sadness, and it doesn't speak about that his reason was difficult to be found. So it's not letter D too. Okay, let's do number 11. Whose turn is it? Whose turn for number 11? Yes. And I think.
Okay. Like many other bird species,
Yeah,
the
we
sheep
we
only
start
has.
reading we start reading the question itself, and which choice best states the main idea of the text.
Of the text.
So you're
Okay.
asked about the main idea of the text, okay? Then we read the choices so far, try to understand it. Speak about like Kwekyu, the species of birds that is related to many. So speak about like a species of birds that is related to many other Hawaiian birds, fine, but does not share habitat with any of them. So as I mentioned right here, it is related to some of the birds, special, but the problem here, this species doesn't share habitat with any of the other birds. So that is for the first, or for letter A. Letter B says that it's an example of highly specialized bird species found only on the Hawaiian archipelago, and it is related to several both highly specialized bird species found there. So maybe it's related to several other highly specialized bird in this island. Okay, speaking about the birds too, and that is for letter B. Letter C says Hawaiian birds display a unique range of physical and behavioral characteristics, and as a result, can only live in habitats unique to the Hawaiian. Okay, so that mean here where the writer describes these birds to be unique, fine, regarding to their physical and behavioral characteristics, their traits, and the result for being unique, that they can only live in a habitat unique as well. Okay, not in any other place, maybe. Okay, let's see, letter D. We say it's an example of a species unique to the Hawaiian archipelago, I mean the islands, that's highly specialized and therefore particularly susceptible to habitat disturbance. That mean here they are sensitive to the habitat disturbance. Okay, so that is for the choices. Okay, fine. Let's read to trying to find the main idea here for number 11.
Mr. Shurair is
Mhm.
straight.
Okay. You know, all of these details, as I mentioned for the options, they can be existed in the paragraph. I mean, all letter A and B and C and D, they can be existed where in the paragraph itself. Okay. But some of them are supporting details to the main idea. Okay. So if like when you spot the paragraph and look here, I found however. Okay. Same like what I've just said, what comes after, however, will be the main idea of the whole paragraph, and the others will be like supporting details. Given like comparison, I'm comparing between two things here, and I want to focus only on one side by showing what the contradictory situation of this side. يعني انا بعطيكي تناقض كده، تمام، ما بين حاجتين، انا عايز اركز على جانب عن طريق ان انا اوضح الجانب الاخر المناقض ليه اللي هو عكسه يعني. فاهم ازاي؟ بس انا عايز اركز اصلا على جانب واحد. This is the same like as mentioned right here. Okay. So when I say however, because the QAQ is a highly specialized, so because it is highly specialized, it is especially vulnerable to the environmental change. Vulnerable means like to be sensitive. Okay. To what? To the environmental change that can disrupt. Okay, so we have the word disrupt here. Fine. The balanced ecosystem in which it lives. So we have disrupt the same like disturbance. When you look down here, disrupt and disturbance. Okay. And vulnerable means sensitive, and the word susceptible means sensitive too. Got the point? Fine. So I'm not gonna or no need to read all the whole details, but you find out what comes after. However, the main idea, I try to understand what comes after. However, all of these, okay, fine. The main idea here is mentioned, or what was mentioned in the words, or what comes after, however, that these species of the birds is vulnerable, means sensitive to the environmental change. If there any kind of change in the environment where they live in, they will be like sensitive to this change. That mean that they may get disrupted, disturbed, annoyed, okay? They will be endangered because of this change, for example, okay? So what do you think is the answer so far? ايه الإجابة بقى؟
D.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. It's an example of a species unique to this island, highly specialized, and therefore here, the same like when I say because, so the second sentence will be a result. Therefore, that is highly specialized. Okay, and the same like therefore it's however it's because it is highly specialized. Fine. What I mean, yeah, and therefore the particularly okay, so susceptible to the habitat disturbance. The same like so the answer will be literally. Okay. What about the other details? They're just supporting to this one. So when we are asked about the main idea of a paragraph, and you find out or you spot the word however, or although, or even though, any contradictory one, the result here, the unexpected one, will be the main idea. Trying to understand it, and we match it with one of the options or with one of the choices. Okay, that's why the answer here will be literally. Okay, thank you. Rinal, is it clear to you?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Malak,
Yes, it's clear.
Yazin.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, nice. Here we go. Yes, who's turning that? Zin, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we have some data rights as mentioned here, and we have the question. You read it first. Which choice most effectively uses data from the table to complete the assertion? So I mean here we need one of these choices that may complete assertion right here, used from the table. So I have got to find what is the assertion first, and how would I complete this assertion using the data from the table. Then I match this data with the choices down here, okay? So what is the assertion? Starting from they found, right? That
Yes.
when you ask about the assertion, whether they will say they asserted something, they confirmed something, they concluded something, they found something, right? Okay. As if there was like a study, and you know, like when they have a kind of experiment, so the experiment, there will be a conclusion, there will be a result, there will be something they found. What they found is the main idea here regarding to the steps they have done. Okay, fine. So the assertion starting from here, right? They found like, then we say understanding, then we match. I'll let you answer it, then we discuss it together. Ah. Got the answer?
Not really.
Okay.
Let me see the choices, sir.
Sure.
Well, sir, I'm puzzled between A or C.
Okay, let's see together. We say the assertion was what? They found that the opposite side orientations are more common than the main side orientation. Comparison between opposite side and Same side, right? Or
Yes.
choose as high as. So they mean here where the comparison is rated by high as something that is higher than something else. What is high?
Uh,
Yeah, I mean the opposite side is higher than the same side, right?
yes.
I think, yeah, that's it. So let's see here. We look in the data for something that is higher than, I mean, the opposite side. Same like, when I say this is tall leaf pairs exam. No. Pairs with opposite side only. No. Pairs with same side only. No. Ratio of opposite side orientation to the same side. I mean, here we compare between both of them. Okay. And then it is mentioned to be like as high as means we start from the least or from the highest. Yeah, when I mean here, we say that the ratio of the opposite side orientations to the same side orientation to 1. Okay, fine. Number to 1 means like 2.39 to 1, 1.97 to 1, 4.22 to 1, 4.33 to 1, like so. Okay, fine. And then we say as high as, then means here which one of these is the highest?
Uh, I think goes 4.33 is
Yeah,
the highest
that
source.
is the highest one, right? That's
Yes.
regarding to the orientation here. I mean the opposite side of
Yes.
orientation is higher than the same side orientation was a ratio of 4.33 to 1. We try to find it here. So we have 4.33 to 1, as in the case of Vélez and the champion, right? So 4.33 to 1, 4.33 to 1 at the case of Vélez against Champini. Okay, fine. I mean, this one, Vélez has the opposite orientation, Champini has the same side orientation, and the ratio between them 4.3 to 1. So the answer will be which one? Letter?
A.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Why it's not C? I just say because which of them is this is correct data or not? 4.22 to 1. It is mentioned here, yes. 4.22 to 1. At the case of this one, is it mentioned down? Yeah, the same, right? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. So the same case. So it is, yeah, it's correct answer regarding to the data, but regardless of the one that has to be chosen, we need to choose the highest one because we say as high as. Okay, fine. So the answer will be letter A. Surely it's not letter C, although it is a correct, like correct information mentioned in the data and serves the meaning too, but the most accurate one has to be letter A because this is the highest. As he says here, as high as. Okay, fine. Why it's not letter B? 201. That is not mentioned even here. It's not regarding to what? To the opposite side and the same side. None of these. So we do not choose 2.1 to 1. That's not mentioned here at all. Okay, if you look for 2.201, sorry, you'll find it where 201, the opposite side orientation only, no comparison. So that is not the answer because he was comparing between both of them. And letter D is not the answer for sure. Okay, so to answer such a question, the writer was speaking about the assertion. You look for the assertion first, you understand it. The same like here, they found that is the assertion when they concluded regarding to. You look that we didn't even read the whole paragraph, and no need to read it actually. Okay, you look for the conclusion of the assertion as you are asked to. You understand it the same like what we have done. That was comparing between the opposite side and between the same side. You look for the opposite side and the same side. And he put like a ratio that it was as high as, I mean, he's speaking about the highest ratio, as I mentioned. Then you look to this table, find out that 4.3 is the highest one, 4.3 to 1 is the highest one. This serves the meaning and complete the assertion, and moreover, it's correct in the chart or in the table. That why you have got to choose letter A. Okay, fine. So the answer here will be letter A. Okay, great. Let's see here. Whose turn is it now? Minal?
Yes.
Yeah, you like such a question, I know. Not really?
No.
Okay, let's see. Uh, we have got to read the question as we got used to do. Which choice
Okay.
most effectively uses the data from a graph to complete the assertion? So there is a session here, right? And you need to choose something to complete it. So what do we say for the assertion? The survey, it will be at the end, actually. Commonly, what I mean. The survey results shows that. I mean, there is survey, and there is a result for the survey that is that on average project leaders rated urban agriculture as contributing less to. So it is for the project leader and the assertion is related to them, and they have rated the urban agriculture. I mean, here we have got to check for the urban agriculture, fine, as contributing less, not high. So I look for something that is contributing less, not high. You read for the option. Here we say increasing global, I mean here the increasing global biodiversity will be less than providing medical plants. You understand? If you choose this one, increasing global biodiversity will be less, because we say as less too, will be less than providing medical plants. So I check whether this is the answer or not. And this is regarding to whom? The project leader, because when we look up here in the chart, you'll find out we have a project leaders, we have stakeholders, and we have general public. I mean, I'm not gonna look here for the stakeholders. I'm not gonna look here for the general public. I will look for the project leaders. I mean, I compare between the three of these. Easy. Okay. Then we say preventing soil erosion means the preventing soil erosion is less than offering educational opportunities or providing medicinal plants than, I mean, this one is less than increasing global biodiversity, or increasing global biodiversity is less than providing tourist attraction. Okay, so let us see. Which one of here is less than the other one?
Version of medicational plants.
This one is less than the other one, right? I mean the black one?
Yeah. Yes.
Where is the black one?
It is the provision of medical plants.
Yeah, I think, right?
Yeah, two.
Medicinal
Yeah.
plants, yeah. So this one. And less than what? The global biodiversity,
So,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so the answer is what?
Uh,
Uh,
D.
uh?
No, sorry, C.
Yeah, so
Hey.
I mean here, as contributing less to providing medicinal plants than to increasing global biodiversity. So the answer will be letter what?
C.
Yeah, that's it. خلاص. We're done. Okay. This one is not one of the answers for sure. And if we like increasing global than providing medicinal, there is not less than, this is higher than, as I mentioned right here. So this is against letter C actually, you eliminate it. It's not letter B, preventing soil erosion, then offering educational. If I look here, I will find nothing regarding to the educational, nothing here even regarding to the educational opportunities, so we don't choose it. And here, letter D, we say increasing global biodiversity, then providing tourists, nothing for the tourist attraction for sure. So the answer for sure will be letter C. Okay, nice. Let's continue here. Malak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Which choice most effectively uses quotation from the translation of the clouds to illustrate the claim? We have the question here is you're asked about illustrating something for illustrate the claim. I mean, we have a claim. You have got to spot the claim, you identify it, and then you choose a quotation that may explain or even translate the claim itself. Okay, fine. So let's search for the claim first, then read the choices. What is the claim here, Mark, please?
It's the last part in the play.
Mhm.
Aristophanes
Mm.
satirizes sophists as teaching students how to be persuasive without regarding for what is morally good, as seen in the character.
Yeah, that's the claim actually. We say here, you have at the time professional intellectuals called sophists taught customers rhetorical techniques to use public speaking along with providing instructions in the other subjects in the play. Aristophanes, yeah, this one that rises. Sophists as teaching students how to be persuasive without regard for what is morally good as seen when the character. So we need to complete it. Okay. So what do you understand from the claim? What is mentioned right here?
So basically,
Mhm.
we just have to find
Mhm.
It basically explains that it teaches students how to persuade or like make people agree with them without necessarily like teaching them what's morally right. Like it
Wait,
doesn't matter if
it
it's
is for the
morally right.
word satirizes. What do you mean by satirizes? Huh? Satirizes,
I'm
what
not
does it
really sure.
mean? Yeah, that I'm handling like a situation without being serious. You understand? I mean, I
Ah,
totally.
satire. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. From the satiric irony, actually, okay? When you
Yeah.
have a situation in like ironic style or satiric style right here, I'm not serious, actually. Okay, fine. I'm not taking like to be serious, I would say. So, I mean, the Astroveins, they are not or they do not agree at all with the Sophist as teaching students because they teach the students how to be persuasive without regarding for what is morally good. So that you want them to be only persuasive and to have the ability and the skill to persuade and convince the others without even caring about the morals. اوكي يعني يقنعوا الآخرين كده من غير بدون ان هم يعني يركزوا على الأخلاقيات وهكذا يعني الغاية تبرر الوسيلة يعني. Okay, fine. So that was their own like principles or doctrines or their own belief, and the Astrovanes is well, it's mentioned right here. They don't yes agree with them at all. That's why they're not taking the situation seriously. So which quotation from down here may complete this claim? Okay, now we can try to find the answer to the question.
Um, Maybe letter D,
Yeah, that is the answer. Why?
because here he says like be sure that he learns these
Mhm.
types of arguments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent. So as I mentioned, you have like when I want to convince someone of my own opinion, I have got to argue with him. Okay, fine. And actually, when I want to argue without looking to the morals, that I want to convince him completely without even focusing or caring about what is morally good. And that is what is mentioned right here in this quotation. He says what he hires a Sophist to teach his son, and says to the Sophist, then start talking to him, saying what? But see that he learns those two styles of argument. So he learns something here regarding to the argument, and that was the ideology that was trying the others or the Sophist was trying to argue, or what I mean here, indoctrinate them to teach them this ideology about it. The better, whatever it may be, and the worse, which by maintaining what is unjust, overturn the better. So it's fine for him to overturn the better, and whatever to overcome what is just or the justice itself, and to keep the unjust, if he has the ability to, what I mean here, convince and persuade the others. Okay. So that was the main idea or the main claim as it mentioned above. That's why we have got to choose letter D. Okay. So for sure the answer will be letter D as I mentioned here. Nice. So let's see for the others. Number 15. Yes. And your turn, right?
Yeah.
Reading question. We say which choice most logically completes the text. We need a choice, one of these, to complete this text. Okay, completing, I mean, I have got to spot the last sentence right here and to find best or the best sentence to complete it. Okay, we say here these findings. So we're describing the other findings above because I'm speaking about these findings. Okay, what they have found above. I mean, they had a survey, they had for example an experiment. كان في survey مثلا او تجربة كان بيتكلموا عنها وهكذا. Okay, fine. So he says these fine وبعد كده we have a conclusion عندنا نتيجة يعني. If applicable لو تم تطبيقها الحاجات اللي هم وجدوها دي in the context of the athletic competitions في مجال بقى الرياضة والمنافسات الرياضية could suggest that in matches played at Liverpool's home stadium opponents may have. So opponents also play against Liverpool in their own stadium, and what they may have what exactly if they play it in Liverpool Stadium regarding to these findings. So I have got to understand what are these findings. هم ايه يعني اللي وجدوه. Okay, fine. That's why the opponents may have what regarding to playing in Liverpool Stadium. Okay, fine. So, as they may have been unaffected by the red clothing worn, they will not be affected at all by the red color. What I mean, this is the opponents, those who are playing against Liverpool, or played more aggressively than they would have if their own uniform were red. So they will be aggressive players or opponents over there. Okay, fine. If Liverpool had like a red color, or been aware that Liverpool's uniform color affect their own performance. They will be totally aware that the color of their Liverpool t-shirt will affect the opponent's performance, or been influenced by the color of Liverpool uniform. They will be totally affected. They mean against letter A, affected by the color of the uniform itself. Okay, so we have got to find the findings to understand. I mean, we have got to read this the whole paragraph. Okay, so starting from 15 right here. What do you think? We say here Liverpool Football Club, let me read. Won more than half its home matches between 1947 and 2013. And give it like they won all the matches, helping to distinguish the team as a top British professional soccer club. Additionally, Liverpool, whose home uniform color is mainly red, was more successful in home matches than was Oldham Athletic Association Football Club. That I mean here that they have like that is the idea here comes after the additionally. Liverpool, whose uniform color is mainly red, when they were red color, was more successful. I mean they won the most matches or the most matches in their own stadium wearing the red color. Okay, so whose home uniform color is not red. Research has shown that we have a research here that many people associate the color red with power. So we're speaking about the color red. Past experience with red objects, such as stop signs, can even cause people to respond to the color red with caution and hesitation. Like the traffic signs, for example, when it's red, so people stop like kind of being influenced and so on. So the finding says what the people associate this red color to be like a sign or an indication of power and dominance. For example, that's why Liverpool wearing this color in their stadium, they won most of the matches. And this is given example for this idea. Okay, the idea is not for that Liverpool, or it's not speaking about Liverpool itself, but it speaks about the color red itself. That means it's kind of a sign of dominance and power. What is the example here? Like Liverpool, for example, when they won in their own stadium, what I mean, wearing the red color. Okay, another example, like when people responded to the red color in the traffic. Okay, fine. That's why this color is kind of color of power and dominance and so on. Okay, so these findings اللي وجدوه ده بقى if applicable, if they applied this one in the athletic competition, how would the opponents feel or how would the opponents react to it? They will be unaffected by the red color, or they will play more aggressively, or been aware of Liverpool's uniform, or been influenced by the color of Liverpool uniform. Let me ask you the question again. Was the text, the main idea of the text, about Liverpool or about the red color?
Liverpool.
No. We said Liverpool was
sorry.
just an example. كان
Black.
بس مثال بس
Yeah,
يعني.
they're color.
Yeah. So about the dominance of red color. Okay, fine. So that mean here, when we say been aware that Liverpool's uniform color affected their own performance. So when we speak about the Liverpool, we're not speaking only about Liverpool because we're here for the, when we say the finding if applicable in the context of athlete competition. لو طبقناها بشكل عام في المنافسات الرياضية كلها. فمالش علاقة بليفربول نفسها كسبيسيفيك يعني. Okay,
فكده تبقى ايه؟
let us see. They will not be they are not gonna be say unaffected يعني they will not be affected at all. مش هيتأثروا إطلاقا.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's A.
Yeah.
لا هم مش هيتأثروا باللون الأحمر أصلا.
ليه؟ طب ما التانيين مش هينفعوا.
let us see يعني هنا هم مش
لا دي
هيتأثروا
فهمت
ولا
خلاص.
المفروض هيتأثروا. نعم
لا
نتكلم
هيتأثروا المفروض باللون الأحمر.
بالظبط كده. Okay, so it's not as we say letter A, that is not because we say unaffected, probably not. Okay, fine. played more aggressively than they would have if their own uniforms were red. Okay, fine. Or they will be influenced by the color of Liverpool's uniform. Letter D.
B علشان هو قال الred.
Yeah. So the answer will be what? Letter?
B.
Yeah, letter D. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yes, fine. What's going on? Okay, so let's move to the others. Number 16. Okay, then number 16, please.
After he finally watched the Maltese Falcon in 1941 at last year's annual film festival, the infamously disagreeable film critic wrote a scathing review. Before that, the film he least enjoyed. Uh,
Yeah, here, which choice complete the text? Yes. So that it conforms to the conventions of standard English. نتكلم هنا على جانب writing. Okay, speaking about the writing part. Okay, fine. And grammar parts. So whether we choose had been or was being or has been or is. After he finally watched the Maltese Falcon at last year's annual film festival, and famously disagreeable film critic wrote scathing review. Before that, the film he least enjoyed, the more recent classic.
I think it's the more recent classic.
Which one?
D.
Why? But we here we judge on the sentence using the word before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this sentence, what's 1992 as in its best.
Uh,
So it's not is at all. No, this one cannot be used as in it's best, right? But using before or after, we're speaking about the consequences of the event in the past. يعني احنا بنتكلم على تتابع الأحداث في الماضي. Okay? The action that happens first will be in past perfect. Again, the action that happens first will be in the past perfect. يعني الحدث اللي بيحصل الأول بيبقى في الماضي التام. The following action, the action that happens after it, الحدث اللي بيحدث بعديه will be in the past simple. بيكون في الماضي البسيط. يعني for example, I'm really done with my duty. Then I say I went home, then I did something else and so on. Okay, fine. So we say after he had reached home, what did he do? He slept. What did he do first? He had reached home first, right? So this one will be past perfect. Had reached home. Then what he did? He slept. Will be past simple. So the first incident, the first action, the first one will be past perfect. The one that follows will be past simple. Okay, fine. ماشي زين؟ طيب.
yes.
Before the film, he least enjoyed. Before that, the film he least enjoyed. Okay, what happened?
The film he least enjoyed had been.
Had been the more recent,
Yes.
classic, unforgiven. Okay, fine. I mean, this happened first. The film had been more recent, classic, unforgiven. You understand? Then he watched the film and he enjoyed it. But what happened first before the film had least enjoyed? Okay. So we have like this is the first clause. Let's clarify it. The film he least enjoyed. Fine. And then we have the second one. What's wrong with the film he least enjoyed? Had been. Okay. And moreover, we say here the where are we? Yeah. After yes, the finally watched the Maltese Falcon year's annual film festival, the infamously disagreeable film critic, okay, wrote casing. Before that, yeah. So we have the word before, okay, and this is what happened first. Okay, the infamously disagreeable film critic wrote a scathing review. This, okay, but before writing the review, what happened? The film had been the more recent classic. Okay, fine? Because we say before that. I mean, what happens here, okay, happened later on. And what happened first? This part. That's why we say had been. Okay, is it clear or I have to clarify it? Zain?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, Rinal clear?
Yes.
طيب Malak?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes, okay, Anne? ها؟
Clear.
Sure؟
Yeah.
مش حاسة قوية مش عارف ليه. Okay, fine. So the answer is had been, okay? This is regarding to the consequences of the events, what I see. Okay, fine. Let's see number 17. ليه كده؟ ليش؟ عشان عملت دي يعني. طيب. Yes. Renat, number 17.
Yes. Having okay, which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the convention of standard English?
Yeah, so writing part. Okay, fine.
So I
So,
read the
yeah, I'll check out of
I read
here.
it?
Yeah, and then we'll check the choices. The introduction of a new scientific discipline was initiated by chemist Ahmad Zewail. A new scientific discipline was introduced by Ahmad Zewail, a chemist. A chemist Ahmad Zewail introduction of a new scientific discipline would be chemist Ahmad Zewail introduced a new scientific. What do you notice when you read the choices?
From the way it starts, some of them start with the name, some start with
Yeah.
the
I mean here,
discipline.
yes, the options or the writer changes the parts of the sentence, right?
Yeah.
The order, I mean. Changing the order of the parts of the sentence, I mean, it will be like misplaced modifier. I mean, there's a part that has to modify the word that is supposed to be placed directly after the modifier. يعني عندي modifier في phrase كده معينة and it describes the word that comes directly after it.
I think it's A.
So like, hello?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry. We had like interruption here from my Ankit. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we say here, yeah, you find out that the order of the parts of the sentence, like we have different orders. I mean here we need to place the noun that's supposed to be modified by the phrase that precedes it or comes after it. Okay, fine. So say the introduction of a new scientific discipline. I mean this part, the introduction will be modified by one of the phrases. Then we will check the phrase itself. A new scientific discipline was. So we're speaking about a discipline that was modified by a phrase, and we will see it. Whether like so. Chemist Ahmad Zuwail's introduction. So apostrophe S. So that mean not Ahmad Zuwail, not chemist, but the introduction itself. Okay, fine. This is as well modified by one of the parts. Chemist Ahmad Zuwail introduced. That mean here chemist Ahmad Zuwail himself, was modified by one of the parts. Okay. Then we move up, scroll up to the question itself. We says here, having devised an optical spectroscopy techniques that allowed researchers to study ultra-fast chemical reactions occurring within molecules. Then comma, then we put the sentence here. Okay. This part, all of these is a participle phrase. It's not a sentence, why it doesn't have any verb, like having devised. Having devised an optical spectroscopy technique. Somebody has invented a technique. So someone, right? Who will devise, you know the meaning of device? Yani device? To invent, right? Okay, Renal, are you with me?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, who devised? So we're describing here, having devised, somebody has devised something, has invented something, like an optical spectroscopy technique. Okay, fine.
Yes.
That allowed researchers to study ultra-fast chemical reaction occurring with molecules. That is the phrase here for describing what comes after it. So if I say having devised, somebody has invented something. Who having devised? The introduction or the
The
discipline
chemist,
or the introduction or Ahmad Zuwaid?
Ahmad Zuwail.
So which one is going to be the answer?
It's B.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, fine. If I say like at the introduction having device, no, that's not the answer.
No.
The discipline has having device, surely not. Okay, fine. Not the discipline too. Was introduced by Ahmad Zuwail chemist. We say like chemist Ahmad Zuwail's introduction. So speaking about the introduction, surely not as well. So it's not not letter C. So the answer for sure will be letter what? Letter D. Okay, clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, good. Zain, is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah, Malak?
Clear, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yes, and
Yes.
yeah, nice. Yeah, Malak, this is your turn. Number 18.
Main governor, the first woman to serve in that role in the state's history, took office on January 2, 2019. Mm, it's supposed to be C
Yeah, why?
because we already have that dash,
Mm-hmm.
like after history.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like an interruption of the idea, interruption of the sentence, that
Yeah.
line from the first till history.
Mm-hmm. So
Because
there's
the main
interruption here, right?
idea was just took office, that she took
Yeah.
office. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Main governor. Okay. The first woman to serve in that role in the state's history. Took office, yes, in January. The main idea, I want to say that main governor took office on January 2, 2019. This is the main idea right here. Same like what Malaka just said. Okay, fine. She took something here. And then I'm like both kind of parentheses or noun phrase for describing who's main governor. This phrase, the noun phrase or even the positive phrase, can be placed or can be put or stated between two things. Whether comma, that means I can put comma here and comma after, or we can put m dash here and m dash after. That is called m dash. Why do we use it for? For the interruption, as if I'm interrupting someone, for example, or I'm interrupting the speech itself, or for emphasizing, or between or before the noun phrases and the positive phrase, for example. Or I want like assert something, emphasize it like it, she, like so. So I say, for example, that the solution was clear. Then I put M dash. The team needed more communication. I want to emphasize the idea that the team needed more communication, for example. Then I put M dash before it. That is used for the emphasizing. I put it before the noun phrase, the same like as I mentioned here, the first woman to serve in that role in the state's history. Okay. And moreover, you have M dash after, so they've got to put M dash before it. So the answer simply would be letter C. No, put comma then M dash. I do not put colon then M dash. We do not like there's M dash after it, so we put the other one. Okay, fine. So the answer for sure will be letter D. Yes. C. Okay. What else we have here? Number 19. Yes. And are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I read it?
Okay, let's see. We read the question as we said. Which choice complete
Yeah.
the text so that it conforms the conventions of the standard English? We're speaking here about the conventions or speak about the writing part. Okay, fine. That choice is work, comma, that. Work and that. Or work, that, work, period, that. Okay, fine. Let us see the sentence. Starting from right here, 4 centuries, scholars dreamed about locating copy of this legendary lost work, comma that, or lost work and that.
A.
Yeah, well, let's see. So here, 4 centuries, scholars dreamed about locating a copy of this legendary lost work, for example, right? So this is a clause, complete sentence, what I mean. If I put work right here, let me just place it to clarify it. I'm going to type work right here. Fine. So lost work. Scholars dreamed about locating a copy of this legendary lost work. It's a complete clause. جملة كاملة. The mean here, what comes after it? That fantasy, I will say that fantasy became reality in 2022 when researchers uncovered traces of. If I put only comma, that mean I will say here, for example, I will put the comma, place it here, and then I say that, and then let us see the sentence. خلينا نشوف بقى الجملة كده. Work, comma, that fantasy partially became reality in 2022. The mean here I have joined between two clauses أنا جمعت ما بين two clause. Okay, fine. Using only comma. And I cannot combine between two clauses using only comma. ما اقدرش ان انا اجمع ما بين two clauses right here using only comma. That means the sentence will be run-on sentence. Okay, if I'd like to combine between two clauses, I have a clause, subject and verb, the other clause, subject and verb became here, and the fantasy, the subject. So I have got to join between them using conjunction, like coordinating conjunction, for example, fanboys, or I use like semicolon, or I put a period, for example, and so on. Okay, because that here, this word, that is a demonstrative pronoun. Okay, it is not relative pronoun. Fine, there is not relative pronoun. Okay, fine. There is like I mean separate clause. ده منعزل عن اللي قبليه مالوش علاقة بيه. يعني it's not used for describing or what I mean here clarifying or adding additional information to the word lost. Work, to the word work. Okay, fine. So there's something else. That means I have to clauses have got to join between them. The first letter or number, letter A here will not be used, doesn't work to be used actually, because it will make run-on sentence. Okay, making run-on sentence doesn't work to use letter N. طيب. Work and that. طيب. هنا he wants me to join between the two clauses using and only without comma. If I'm using like any coordinating conjunctions, like all fanboys, for, and, nor, but, yet, so, no, they say nor, or for, okay, any of these, I've got to put a comma before them. Here, he didn't place any comma. I mean, this one is not written correctly, so it's not letter B. Fine. What else we can look for? Huh? We have work that directly. I put the two clauses without using any like semicolon or coordinating conjunction, or even I put a period. He left it as it is, as it mentioned right here. That means without anything to use it. So it is not letter C. So what is the most accurate answer? Surely it is letter D. This is the correct answer. Why? The clause is ended here. الجملة منتهية هنا خلاص عند الwork. تمام. So I have to change it with a period. الجملة انتهت. Then the other clause starting with that has to be capitalized. That fantasy. So if we read the sentence so far, let us read together. For centuries, scholars dreamed about locating a copy of this legendary lost work. Done. خلاص. That fantasy became reality in 2010 when researchers uncovered traces of star catalog on the palimpsests used parchments. Okay, fine. So this is like a new sentence. جملة جديدة خالص مالهاش علاقة باللي قبلها. And moreover, as we say, the whole sentence or the whole clause end with a period. So finish it here. We'll start with the second one. I can get confused if I consider this that to be like a relative clause, but it's not a relative clause. It is a demonstrative pronoun or a demonstrative adjective that is used for pointing at a noun that comes after. That boy, for example, got the full mark. That boy, wow, that team won the match. That work is like thrilling, is fantastic, whatever. Okay, fine. That's why the answer will be letter D. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great, nice. Malak, clear?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Rinal?
Yes.
Okay, Zain.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, Zain, answer number 20, please.
All right. In the 1960s, Sweden, Bulgaria, and dozens of other countries were allocated unique countries dialing codes to route international calls. Most of the original 2 or 3 digit codes by the international program. D.
Were assigned. طيب, let us see في
Yes.
الفرق. In the 1960s, Sweden, Bulgaria, and dozens of other countries were allocated unique country dialing codes to route international calls. الجملة انتهت مالناش علاقة بيها. We're done with this part. Okay, let's see the other. Most of the original 2 or 3 digit codes by the International Telegraph and Telephone Consultative Committee later changed in response. What is the main verb here? Huh? We have a verb, right?
Yes.
What is it?
It's past tense.
Yeah, this is changed, right? So can I put 2
Yes.
verbs? Like, can I say, let's see, and I'm gonna consider your answer to be like, okay, most of the original 2 or 3 digit codes were assigned by the International Telegraphs and Telephone Consultative Committee later. Change it and respond. Were assigned, it changed. Does it work to say this? Or I have got to say
No.
were assigned and then later I say and were it changed, for example, if I want to make them like 2 compound verbs, right?
Right.
So no were assigned. It's not correct. Let's see the others. You know, when I say, for example, here, most of the boys examined today got the full mark. Most of the boys examined today got the full mark. Do I say most of the boys were examined today? Or
No.
would be examined today got the full mark? Or had been examined today got the full mark? Can I say this? Or I say directly examined today? Huh? I say what? Most of the boys
Would be assigned today. Would be
would be
assigned.
assigned.
Yes.
Then I say most of the boys would be examined today got the full mark?
No, had been assigned.
I can't say this.
Okay.
Why? Because I'm describing the boys to be examined today. I mean, examined today is a phrase, past participle phrase for describing the boys. You understand? Who are the boys you're talking about? Those who were examined today. Who were examined today. When I omit who were examined today, I will omit who and where, both of them. And we say the boys examined today. What's wrong with them? Got the full mark. As if I'm using like past participle phrase for describing the boys, then I mention the main verb of getting the full mark. Now, this is the idea here. I mean here, or 3, I mean most of the original 2 or 3 digit codes. I'm talking about the digit codes, and I would describe the codes to be what? Assigned by International Telegraph and Telephone Consultative Committee. Okay, what happened then? What's wrong with this code? Assigned by the International Telegraph, later changed in response. You know the point? So what would be the
Yes.
answer here?
Assigned.
Yeah, because we have a verb and we want to put a phrase, not a verb. What I want to place right here is a phrase, a past participle phrase, not a verb. Understand? So assigned by the
Yes.
International Telegraph. Okay, and moreover, this is passive voice because we have by. That mean here it's the passive voice. Okay, fine. And we have like a verb change right here. So it's not letter B. It's not would be assigned because it will be a separate verb. No, not had been assigned. It will be another verb. And that why the answer has to be like assigned directly. Okay, type. This is for number 21. Is it clear in there?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, number 21. It's your turn now, right?
Yes.
يلا حاجة answer. 21.
Do I read the question or the essay?
Well, let's see what do I have to do. We read the question, yes, which choice complete the text. Still writing, right? We'll just confirm the conventions of standard English. So it's for writing.
Okay.
And then we look at the choices, whether we put hopped or hop or have hopped or hopping. Then we look at the missing parts. Many works at the Roman poet Ovid, including his tragic drama Medea, have been lost to time. Antiquaries to read one of its works like so. Huh. So what do you think is the answer?
May I see the choices, please?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it C?
Have hopped? Why?
Have both? Or are we not talking about past?
What's mentioned here to say it's past?
Have been lost to time?
Mm-hmm.
So is that past?
Who are they exactly those who hopped to do it?
Sorry?
Who hopped or who hopped or who have hopped? The antiquarians, right?
Yes.
Yeah, those who are interested in the antiques. Okay, fine. So many works of the Roman poets, okay, the first century BCE, this is best, yes, this so far it's best, including his tragic drama. I mean about the drama of this poet الشاعر ده. طيب كثير من أعماله including the drama like Medea for example have been lost into time. فقدوها خلاص من زمان يعني. Okay, antiquarians to read one of its extant works, not all, one known only through the reference to it by the author, that is, might instead procure a copy of his Metamorphosis poem about transformation in Greek and Roman mythology. They are actually like antiquarians, those who study, who are the antiquarians, those who study like something from the past. And they really care about the antiques from the past and so on. Okay, fine. So they hope it right now. Those people who are living right now hope to read one of his own lost boat or drama. Okay, so nothing mentioned right here that it is in the past because nothing is specific for this one to be in the past. I mean, starting from antiquarians to the end. So it's not hopped.
Is it gonna be hope? Because it's not past or future.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
it's unclear, like the
Mhm.
sentence.
yes. And is it hopping? Surely not, because we need a verb, not a participle phrase. So it's not hopping. Have hopped and hopped, both of them will be like in the past, for present perfect and past simple. So that's why you say what? The answer will be what?
Hope.
I hope. Okay. You know, like, well, when I say, for example, here, I hope that I want to buy like a car in the future. Okay. So I hope right now, أنا بأمل دلوقتي that I would do something in the future. Okay. And then I say I hope that I would have been able to study harder in the past. فأنا بأمل دلوقتي إن أنا كنت قادر من زمان إن أنا أذاكر. Okay, fine. So the action of hoping here for the antiquarians is at the present, but the first sentence was mentioning that like his own works or that the poet works has been lost in the past. Okay, so not right now, but they hope it's right now to read it. So the answer will be present for sure. Better be. Okay, because it's regarding to the feeling, their own feeling, what they wish for. Type number 22. Whose turn is it?
It's me.
Yeah, Malak.
Which choice completes the text with the most logical transition?
Mhm.
Okay. We have meanwhile, for example, additionally, however. Okay, can you go up, please?
Yeah, sure. What do you think? Yeah, let me
Not sure
clarify
yet.
it. Mm-hmm. Why do we use meanwhile? Meanwhile, when can we use meanwhile exactly?
Don't really know how to explain that.
Okay, meanwhile, describing two situations that are happening at the same time, simultaneously, what I mean, okay? I have two actions, for example, somebody is doing something, meanwhile, the other one is doing something else. Now I use meanwhile, two things that are happening at the same time, so we use meanwhile. I use, for example, for giving example, to clarify an idea. Can you understand? So what would
Mhm.
come for example, here for clarifying, giving a clarification to an idea. To an idea for what? By providing examples to clarify that idea. That's why I say, for example, fine. Additionally, for adding more information, I was speaking about something, then I will add more information about it. Not example to clarify, but adding more information.
Is it B?
Yeah, so it will be what?
So it's going to be, for example.
Yeah, makes sense. For example, it's letter B. However, for showing contradiction, okay, fine. The answer here will be letter B. Why? Why do you say letter B?
Because it's saying first that sleek vehicles
Mm-hmm.
are better overall
Mm-hmm.
than bulkier ones.
Yeah.
And then it's saying that it helps it glide through the wind. So it's something that it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to contradict, it's going to support it. So it's not going to be however.
Excellent. Yes.
And here it's stating, like if we say, for example,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically saying that this is why it's better than
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
bulkier one.
excellent. So clarifying the idea why it's better than the other one, right? Yeah,
Mm.
so clarifying an idea for what is better than the other one. So we say, for example, for sure. Generally, the main idea says slick vehicles are more aerodynamic than the bulkier ones. So that means they are better than the other one. Why the streamlined nose of the like John jet, for example, helps it to glide through that. We have like one of the components, one of the parts of this vehicle that, for example, helps it to glide through the wind with relative ease. While a boxy, the other one, by here more wind resistance, making it less aerodynamic. So for sure, the answer will be, for example, because what comes after it for clarifying the idea why it is better than the other one. Okay, we not use meanwhile because we're not speaking about two actions happening at the same time. You do not use additionally because I'm not adding additional information for something. I'm just clarifying an idea. Okay, so you'll not use this word. Why not additionally? We may consider that helps it glides through wind with relative ease is like giving more information. It's not because we were speaking an idea here for the streamlined nose of what. For example, what does it do exactly? Helps to clarify how it's useful for other component in the bike. That's why I've got to use, for example. And however, surely not because it's not any kind of contradiction right here between both of them. So the answer for sure would be letter B. Excellent. Okay, let's see 23. Whose turn is it? Is Anne?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's the same like questions right here. We say we have like therefore, though, for example, in addition. So what do you think the answer will be right here? We say therefore, what comes after therefore is like the result, fine, and what comes before it will be the reason. Okay, though, like although or even though shows the contradiction, like however, it is used when we have a contradiction في تناقض between two ideas being فكرتين in the sentence or in the paragraph. For example, the same like what we have just explained, what comes after it is a kind of clarification to an idea that comes before it. In addition to, like additionally, for adding more information about something, دي معلومات أكتر about an idea I'm talking about. Not for clarifying it, but like giving more and more ideas and so on. Okay, let's read the questions together. With their distinctive cone shapes and steeply sloping sides, the volcanoes at Atlan, K, and Tantalus, Hawaii may look similar from after. Okay, afar, sorry, I'm sorry, from afar. Gary Mappery and other volcanologists space can tell by how each was formed that Atitlan is a composite volcano, while Tantalus is a cinder cone volcano. What do you think the answer here? Uh, Are we comparing between any things, any two things right here? All I mean, is there comparison? Is there any contradiction? Like I'm comparing between two things regarding to their formation. Hmm? في مقارنة هنا and or not؟
لا
في
لا في أوصل.
uh yeah, we see here like we have
ممكن
yeah, comparing between the acid land is a composite volcano like here, this one, while the other one is a cinder cone volcano. So they have compared between both of them regarding to their formation يعني مقارنة في تكوينهم, right?
right.
Yeah. So do we say therefore, I say Gary, Mabry, and other volcanoes, volcanologists therefore can tell by how each was formed while, and then I use the word while, or we say
No.
though. Yeah, so it's not therefore because there is no any kind of, it's not a result for anything that comes before it. Do we say, for example, I'm going like an idea, what comes right here will be, for example, can tell by how each while the other one given clarification for the another idea.
No.
Okay, fine. So it is not, for example, in addition to or uh, though. Yes.
I think B.
Yeah. So the answer here will be though. Why? Because we're comparing though and while comes along with together with each other for comparing between two things regarding to their formation. So I've got to use the letter B for sure. طيب. We have here letter number 24. Whose turn is it for 24? Zain, right? Zain, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, hi, please answer 24.
All right. Samuel Delany is a U.S. writer known for his science fiction. Delany's science fiction novel, Babel 17, was published in 1966. The novel won a Nebula Award in 1967. The Nebula awards are given each year to the best works of science fiction published in the U.S.
Mhm.
The student wanted to indicate the title of a novel that won a Nebula Award. Which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the note? From the note to accomplish this goal.
Mhm. What is the goal exactly?
To indicate a title of a novel that
Yeah,
won
they
a
want,
Nebula Award.
that's it. They want to indicate the title of a novel, yes.
Yes.
Mhm. So
Mm,
what is the title supposed to be? Someone
uh,
is award-winning U.S. writer known for his science fiction.
well, let's see.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So it will be letter C. Why?
Because it has the novel and
Mhm.
the author and the date that it won the Nebula, and it states that it won the Nebula Prize in
It
1967.
summarizes the main idea at the same time showing the name of the novel, right?
Yes.
As a title, yes. Babel 17 by Samuel Delany won a Nebula awarded in 1967. Yeah, I guess so it will be Samuel Delany is U.S. writer known for his science fiction. Science fiction in the novel Babel 17 was published. Okay, the novel won a Nebula awarded. Yeah, the Nebula awards were given, yes. When you're asked to mention a title for a paragraph, like here, you choose the shortest one that form or cover all the points of the paragraph, or most of the points, what I mean, of the main idea here. Babel 17 by Samuel Delany. It's mentioned here the title or the name of the novel, and the author, the one who wrote it, and then the other one, why it's already mentioned. Okay. So written by whom is mentioned, and what is the novel itself, and why it's mentioned, because it's won the Nebula awarded, and when it was awarded in 19. You'll find out that all of these details are already covered in the paragraph, as it mentioned here. Samuel, the one who wrote it. You'll find out year, fiction, and the name of the novel is mentioned right here, and when was it published, and the main idea that this novel, sorry, won the awards in 1967. So the main parts of the whole paragraph, all of them, are covered in letter C. And moreover, it is the shortest title, actually. So you have got to choose letter C. Okay, so that is the answer right here. I think we're done today. We'll stop here so far. I will send you the recording and that's the sheet, okay, to the group. And we see you inshallah when? Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday.
So Malik is still here. Yeah, Rinal, still in the car?
What?
You're still in the car?
Yes, sadly.
You're traveling somewhere. Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay, fine. Yeah, see you inshallah. See you, Anne. See you, Zin. See you on Monday, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yalla, have a nice weekend. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. You
You're
too.
welcome. Assalamu alaikum.